Hello students, this is Nilanjana Sanyal from onlinemathtutor.me and ePodashuna. Today we will be taking up the factorization of a quadratic polynomial by the middle term splitting method. So let's start. We will be solving or we will be factorizing each of these three polynomials by the middle term splitting method. Now we have different approaches to the middle term splitting method. You will be seeing middle term splitting method done by various methods. The things that are common are, first of all, the polynomial will be of degree 2 or it will be a quadratic polynomial. The second is the first term will be containing the power of 2 for the variable. The middle term or the second term should be containing the power of 1 for the variable, and the third or the last term should be containing a power of 0 for the variable, or it should be the constant term. You can apply the middle term splitting method for a quadratic polynomial involving more than one variable as well, but in this session we will be sticking to polynomials which have one variable. As I have said that there are different approaches to the middle term splitting method. You can have one approach where the coefficient is 1 for the first term, containing the power of 2 for the variable. And you can have another method where you have a coefficient other than 1 for the first term. But the method that I'll be following is the generalized method. It will not vary according to the coefficient present in the first term. So let's start answering. Now this is the first polynomial that we will be factorizing. First of all, let me draw the rough work column. Now, whatever is the coefficient of x squared, the coefficient of x squared in this case is a plus 1. I repeat, a plus 1 because you have to consider the sign as well. It is a plus 1, so we will be taking plus 1 and we will be multiplying this with the constant term, which is again taken with the sign. So plus 1 multiplied with a plus 6 will be giving us the product of plus 6. If we had minus x square over here, then minus 1, then the coefficient of x square would have been a minus 1 and we would have multiplied this minus 1 with this plus 6 to get a minus 6. But since the coefficient of x squared in this case is a plus 1, so we are getting the product as a plus 6 because plus 1 multiplied with plus 6 gives us a plus 6 as the product. Now we have to find the two factors of this plus 6 so that when they are added or subtracted, we get the coefficient of the middle term, that is plus 5 in this case, and which when multiplied will be giving us the product of plus 6. So we have to find the two factors of plus 6. Now this one is a very easy sum. This is the first sum because this is the first sum. It has to be the easiest. But you will not be getting so easy sums always. And I have seen many students who just sometimes do not get the correct factors. So what I will be showing you is the 100% guaranteed technique. You will be getting the correct factors. For the timing, we are considering only the number 6 and not the sign. And always start with 1. What are the factors of this 6? Always start with 1. 1 is a factor of every number. So 1 times 6 is a 6. Now we can add or subtract these two numbers to get a plus 5. I have said which when added or subtracted will be giving us this coefficient of the middle term. So we see that 6 minus 1, that is a plus 6 minus 1 will be giving us a plus 5. But plus 6 multiplied with minus 1 will be giving us a minus 6. But we have to get a plus 6 and not a minus 6. Because the product is a plus 6 and not a minus 6. So we cannot take these two factors. We will be getting the plus 5 if 1 is subtracted from this 6. But plus 6 multiplied with minus 1 will be giving us a product of minus 6. But we are having the product of plus 6. So we cannot take these two factors. Next set of factors will be after 1 comes 2 and 6 is divisible by 2. It is an even number, so we take up 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Now we see that if we add these two factors, plus 2 and a plus 3 added together will be giving us a plus 5. And plus 2 multiplied with plus 3 will be giving us a plus 6, which we require, which is the product that we have obtained. Therefore, we will be taking these two factors and not these two. So we write the first term as it is, x squared. Next, we break or we split this middle term, hence the name middle term splitting, into two terms. One with the coefficient of plus 2 and the other with the coefficient of plus 3. So we write plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. Then we group the terms, or rather we paired them. We take two terms at a time. The first and the second, and third and the fourth. So x squared plus 2x. We are having x as the common factor between these two terms. So we take out this common factor. And from the first term, this x remains. Because x multiplied with x will be giving us x squared. From the second term, we have a plus 2. X multiplied with 2 is 2x plus 2x. For this third and the fourth term, the common factor is obviously plus 3. And from the third term, we have x within the bracket, and from the fourth term, we have a plus 2. You have to take out the common terms in common factors in such a way that we get the terms within the brackets, within the two brackets the same, so that we can take this bracketed part as the common factor. So we take this bracketed part as the common factor between these two terms, and from this part we have x, and from this part we have a plus 3. So we have factorized this expression x squared plus 5x plus 6 by the middle term splitting method. We have splitted this middle term into two terms, plus 2x and plus 3x, and we have arrived at the two factors of this polynomial. They are x plus 2 and x plus 3. This is the answer. Now let us do the checking. Let us multiply these two factors and let us see whether we get back this polynomial or not. So check. X plus 2 and x plus 3. These are two binomials, so we have to multiply them. X multiplied with x gives us x squared. X multiplied with plus 3 is a plus 3x. Plus 2 multiplied with x plus x is a plus 2x. And plus 2 multiplied with plus 3 is plus 6. And these two are like terms, so we can add them and we will be getting x squared plus 5x plus 6, which is our given expression or given polynomial. Let us move on to the next polynomial. m square minus 15m plus 44. Again, let me draw the rougher column. Again, we are having a coefficient of 1 for m square. So we take that 1 times 44. 1 times 44 is the constant term. We do not have to product it or multiply them. But it is the same rule. Whether it is 1 or 2 or any other number hardly matters. Whatever is the coefficient along with the, of course, if it is a -1, you have to take that. So whatever is the coefficient along with the sign, you have to take that, multiply with the constant term along with its sign to get the product. Over here, we are getting the product as plus 44. Next, we have to find the two factors of this 44. We will be taking this 44. We will be keeping this plus sign outside for the time being. And we will be taking this 44 and we will be finding the two factors of this 44, which when added or subtracted will be giving us a -15, and which when multiplied together will be giving us a plus 44. So again we start with 1. 1 times 44. We do not get a -15 on addition or subtraction. So we have 2 times 22. Next, 44 is not divisible by 3. Next number is 4. 44 is divisible by 4. So we take 4. 4 times 11 is 44. You see, 44 and 1, we do not get -15. On adding or subtracting 2 and 22, we do not get a -15. Over here, plus 4 and plus 11 gives us a plus 15. Therefore, -4, we can take any sign. We can attach any sign to these two factors. But we have to get -15. So -4 and -11 is a -15. And -4 times -11 is a plus 44. So we have got our factors along with their signs. One is -4 and the other is -11. So we start writing m square minus 4m minus 11m plus 44. Again, we will be taking out the common factor from the first two terms. It is m, and within the brackets we have m from the first term and -4 from the second term, and from the third and the fourth term we have the common factor as -11. We can take 11 as well, plus 11 as well. Why am I taking -11? I'll be coming to that. If I take -11, I have m from the third term and -4 from the fourth term. I have said in the first polynomial, in our previous polynomial, that we have to have the same expression within the brackets. If I take a plus 11 as the common factor for these two terms, we will be getting a -m from the third term and a +4 from the fourth term. Now, in the first bracket, we are having m-4. So, they would differ. But we should be having the same expressions in both the two brackets. Therefore, I have taken out -11. You have to be careful about this. You have to have the same expression within the two brackets. Next, we will be taking this bracketed portion as the common factor, and from the first part we get m, and from the second part we get minus 11. So this becomes our answer. This is the factorized form of m square minus 15m plus 44, or m minus 4 and m minus 11 are the two factors of this polynomial m square minus 15m plus 44. So let's write the answer. Now let us move on to the third sum. Now in this sum we are seeing that we are having a coefficient of plus 2, which we have to multiply with this plus 12. Let me first of all draw the rough curve column. So plus 2 multiplied with plus 12 will be giving us a plus 24 as the product, and we will be keeping this plus sign for the timing. We'll be keeping it aside and we will be taking up this number 24. And we will be trying to find the factors. We will be starting from 1. 1 times 24 is 24, but we do not get a minus 10 with these two factors. So since 24 is an even number, so it is divisible by 2, and we get 2 times 12 is 24. And also 12 minus 2 is 10. So can we take these two factors? Plus 12 and minus 2 is 10, is a plus 10. Since we are having a minus 10, so we can take minus 12 and plus 2, which will be giving us a minus 10. But minus 12 multiplied with a plus 2 will be giving us a product of minus 24, but we are having the product as plus 24. Therefore, we cannot take these two factors. So we will be continuing. 24 is divisible by 3, so it is 3 times 8, and 3 plus 8 is 11, and 8 minus 3 is 5, so we do not get 10. 24 is divisible by 4 as well, so 4 times 6 is 24, and 6 plus 4 is 10. Therefore, minus 4 plus minus 6 will be minus 10, which is our coefficient of the middle term. So we are getting minus 10. Let us see the product. What happens to the product? Minus 4 times minus 6 is a plus 24. So we are getting the product correct as well. Therefore, the required factors are minus 4 and minus 6. So we start writing 2s square minus 4s, we can write minus 6s as the first term as well, plus 12. And then we will be grouping the first two terms, and the common factors are 2 and s from the first two terms. So we take out the common factors, and from the first term we have s within the bracket, and from the second term we have a minus 2 within the bracket. Because 2s multiplied with s will be giving us 2s square, and 2s multiplied with minus 2 is a minus 4x. Now again, coming to the third and fourth term, obviously the common factor will be 6, but what will be the sign? Let us check. If we take plus 6 as the common factor, we will be having minus s from the third term and a plus 2 from the fourth term, which is not the same as s minus 2. We should be having s minus 2 within the bracket. So we cannot take this plus 2, 6. We have to take minus 6. We have to get the same expression in the two brackets. If we take out minus 6 as the common factor, we will be getting s from the third term and minus 2 from the fourth term. Because minus 6 multiplied with plus s is a minus 6s, and minus 6 multiplied with minus 2 is a plus 12. Next we take this bracketed part common as common, and from the first term we have 2s, and from here we are having minus 6. So these are the two factors of this polynomial 2s squared minus 10s plus 12. So let us write the answer. We can check it as well. This is having a coefficient of 2, not 1. So let us check. S minus 2 and 2s minus 6. S multiplied with 2s is 2s squared. S multiplied with minus 6 is minus 6s. Minus 2 multiplied with the plus 2s is minus 4s. And minus 2 multiplied with minus 6 is a plus 12. These two are like terms, so we can add them, and we have 2s squared minus 10s plus 12, which is our given polynomial. So this is how we factorize any quadratic polynomial by the middle term splitting method. So students, this brings us to the end of this session. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more math videos. Thank you for listening.